Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand. A warm welcome to every one of you on the panel on July 15th, 2025. On behalf of International Academy of Ethics, we are thrilled to have Neelam Saxena Chandra, our very special invitee for the day today. Because today IAE takes pride in announcing that she will be conferred with the Fellowship of IAE for all her work. Today, joining Neelam Saxena Chandra are our special guests, Satbir Chadha, Dr. Basudeb Chakraborti, Dr. Kalpana Purohit, of course, our president and founder, IAE, Dr. Jernail Anand, Dr. Maja Herman Sekulic, unfortunately could not be here today, is the vice president. Professor Seema Jain will join us soon, shortly. She's running a little late. And of course, I am Rupa Rao, the chief coordinator. So our esteemed panel today is gathered here as IAE celebrates Neelam Saxena Chandra and will be proudly conferring the prestigious fellowship upon her. She is a literary force and torchbearer of values, with over 80 published works spanning poetry, fiction, and reflections rooted in humanity. She exemplifies the Academy's mission of nurturing ethical culture and compassion through literature. Her writings echo the IAE's call for integrity, emotional wisdom, and social harmony, enriching readers while restoring faith in basic human goodness. This recognition honors her enduring commitment to using words as instruments of moral change, resonating across borders and hearts. In celebrating her fellowship, IAE reaffirms its belief when a pen moves with purpose, the world shifts towards light. So, dear Neelam Saxena Chandra, a very, very warm welcome to you. We
Thank you so
unfortunately
much.
don't have.
Thank you so
You're
much.
most
I feel so
welcome.
honored.
It's our honor to have you with us. Our Vice President, Maja, wanted to be here. Unfortunately, she's not here. I invite our founder, President, Dr. Jernail Anand, to welcome Neelam and all our panelists. Over to you, Dr. Anand.
Thank you very much, Rupaji. It is a really very great day for International Academy of Ethics that we are in the company of a great warrior for literature, for poetry. Actually, subjects like poetry need knights and warriors to take the cause forward. The Academy was established 3 years ago with a vision to impart a moral edge to society and to see that more and more people start thinking in terms of ethical behavior. Most of our members and distinguished scholars are based in educational institutions, and it is easier for them to bring ethics in their daily conversation with students. I believe that we are ethical when we are doing the right thing according to our dharma. And we are ethically oriented when we discuss that this is right and this is wrong. When we just talk about ethics, even that is being ethical. It is a pity our society talks of righteousness, goodness, and right conduct only as an academic exercise. It is not taken as a philosophy or a way of life or as a medium of interpersonal interaction. So here we are to talk about ethics and honor those who work and thought and whose thought has impacted the lives of thousands of people. Before I talk anything about Neelam ji, I would like to extend a very hearty welcome to our very important, very dignified members of the panel who are attending here. And Dr. Maya, unfortunately, she is busy. I think she has to go to New York. Maybe she doesn't find time to connect. And Dr. Basudeb Chakraborti is here, our great friend and chairman of the organizing committee, as he is always with us as a guardian angel. And today, Dr. Kalpana Purohit, uh, she is a retired professor and head of English department and dean from Jain University, Jodhpur. And she is also a fellow of this academy. We are really proud that this is our first time in entry as a fellow in our programs. Satbir Chadha ji is here, a very long time friend, associate, uh, whom I know as a very established author and a very person very good at heart. So all of you are welcome today. Seema ji will join us a little bit late. So Neelam Saxena, I was talking about people whose work have impacted the society. Neelam Saxena falls in this category of change makers. Just wait. Please join, we are waiting. But okay, I said you again. Okay. Maya is
So, Dr.
looking.
Anand, while you need to send the link, why don't I go over the details of Neelam ji so that we know her well, but the world who's listening in may not. So while you address the technical issue, I will talk about Neelam for a minute, if I may do so.
Sure, please.
Thank you. So Neelam, who I know fairly well, I claim is a friend of mine. I hope she agrees with that. So Neelam Saxena Chandra, the pen that paints humanity. Neelam is a literary phenomenon who continues to redefine storytelling word by word, with a career spanning over 80 published books in the literary career, which is the side career of hers, of course. And she masterfully blends simplicity with eloquence, crafting works that strike deep emotional chords. Her motivational poems and soulful reflections, which fortunately I've had the privilege to listen in or read some of them, often performed solo on Facebook Live, have earned over 8 million views, capturing hearts across continents. She has graced esteemed national and global stages, including the SARC, Sahitya Academy, Jashne-Adab, Poets Across Borders, and USA Radio, while also featuring in media powerhouses such as Doordarshan, Sahyadri, top newspapers including Hindu, Amar Ujala, New Indian Express. Notably, 5 of her books were launched at the iconic NCPA Mumbai, a testament to her literary gravitas. She's a senior officer with the Government of India. She holds an engineering degree, and it is complemented by diplomas in human resources, finance, and she's done a summer course at the London School of Economics. Her writing portfolio is nothing short of staggering. 7 novels, 9 short story collections, 49 poetry books, 16 children's titles, alongside over 2,000 published pieces in journals and magazines. Bilingual in English and Hindi, she has set a Limca Book of Records, a milestone in 2015, for the highest number of publications in a year. Her work has earned accolades from American Embassy, Poetry Council of India, Children's Book Trust, and honors like Sohan Lal Vivedi Puraskar, Bharat Nirman Literary Award, Rabindranath Tagore International Poetry Award, and twice Prem Chand Award. In 2021, one of her poems secured 7th place in a global contest hosted by NAMI in USA, which deals with mental health. Back in 2014, Forbes India listed her among the 78 most popular authors, a nod to her wide-reaching impact. Her honors also include the Rural Lifetime Achievement Award and the Setu Award for Excellence. And one of her best-selling books will be actually talked about in a little bit by another esteemed panelist. And her work explores love, resilience, nature, deep philosophical truths. She finds poetry not just in people, but in rivers, winds, mountains, revealing life's meaning through metaphors that linger long after the page ends. Neelam is not just a writer. She is a quiet revolution, an artist whose words heal, awaken, and inspire. So this is Neelam Chandra in brief, if I may say so. So we welcome you formally, dear Neelam, and I hope you accept the fact that we are friends, although not for too long, but for a little while, and it's been a pleasure knowing you.
Oh, yes. How can we deny our late night conversations? And yes, we discuss so many things and we are really very close.
Thank you so much, Neelam. And over to Dr. Anand. Kindly unmute yourself, sir.
I think Dr. Maya has joined.
Wonderful. Welcome, Dr. Maya.
Please ask her
Hi.
to speak something as the sort of welcome. She was to welcome everybody in her own manner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She must be, as usual, globe-trotting someplace or the other, knowing her. And she was supposed to be in New York actually tomorrow. So I invite you, Maya, and just half a minute to introduce her, just in case someone doesn't know her, though I think most people know her. Maja Herman Sekulic, our own Vice President of International Ethics Academy, is an internationally published Serbian-American author of 30 books in Serbian, English, German, French. Her poems are translated in 27 languages. Of her poetry, Nobel laureate Joseph Brodsky said, "Her poetry is of the rarest talent and beauty as she is herself, as we all can see." Maja is an acclaimed and multi-awarded poet, novelist, essayist, a bilingual scholar, a Princeton doctorate, a major translator, and has been nominated by IAE for the Nobel Prize in Literature. She is member American and Serbian PEN, American Academy of Poets, Association of Writers of Serbia, and Serbian Literary Society. She was schooled and she's lived all over the world, from Europe and USA to the Far East, and as a triple ambassador of goodwill, culture, and literature, has been building bridges between cultures for over 3 decades. And she now shares a time between New York and Belgrade. Dear Maja, welcoming you and requesting you to welcome our panelists. Over to you.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Rupa, a wonderful, wonderful moderator. I'm so glad to see you because without your very informative introductions, we will know so much less about our guests. I really am very impressed with the way you do it. And of course, our president, Dr. Anand, my bestest friend and collaborator, we are finalizing our child of sweat and tears, Serbian muse, hopefully soon. And of course, our host, Swati Basu, and our distinguished associate director, Seema Jain. I want to go sort of in reverse and start with Satbir Chadha, a novelist, a poet, and multi-awarded founder of Nissim. I learned an international prize for literature for young and up and coming talents. I hope she's on our panel. I don't see anything now except Rupa. Then I want to welcome, of course, Kalpana Porchit, who is a great poet, translator, and a very, very distinguished academician and dean. Sorry, I have someone calling me. I have to decline. Oh shit. Sorry.
I think.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop this and it doesn't stop.
All right, you're back. We hear
Okay.
you.
No. Just now I managed. Okay, let me continue with Kalpana, who is a very important academician. She was a dean, chair, director, and it seems to me, I don't know enough, I will learn more today from Rupa and from her, but she seems to me to be above all a great humanitarian. So this is what we need and strive for here at this academy. And finally, I want to welcome our main guest, Neelam Saxena, who is a best-selling author. And as far as I could find out, she is among the 100 most popular authors of India, 78 to be precise, by Forbes India. And she writes, it seems, yes, kudos to her. She writes it seems to me, in every genre except drama so far, what I could find out. And she holds many awards that I don't know of, but I'm sure are very famous, very important. But she holds the Tagore award in poetry, of which I'm envious, because I found out that I cannot get it ever, because it is only for the Indian poets. She's also a founder of Literary Warriors, a group I would like to join, if possible, because I feel that we are all warriors in literature and culture and ethics, and hope that we all join forces as warriors with Neelam and conquer the world for the better, because this world is in real fact. So, distinguished guests and distinguished hosts, I welcome you all, and I will enjoy the rest of the evening with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maja, for joining in. Although you're busy traveling, I'm aware of that. And welcoming everyone, especially dear Neelam. And before I hand over to Dr. Anand, I'd like to talk a little bit about him, though most of us know about him as well. And Maja, just to remind you, because you're so busy, you may have kind of not remembered, but there was a time we had an event with Literary Warriors group, and you were one of the poets in our event. So just to remind you, you have been a part of the warriors that we all are. So again, we will formally invite you to join the group again and have you participate. So talking a little about Dr. Anand, who needs no introduction again, he is considered the greatest poet among philosophers and greatest philosopher among poets. He is a towering literary figure whose work embodies a rare fusion of creativity, intellect, and moral vision. Laureate of Seneca, Charter of Murava, Franz Kafka and Maxim Gorky Awards with an opus of 180 books. His name adorns the Poets' Rock in Serbia. He is the founder of International Academy of Ethics. If Tagore is the serene sage of a colonial past, Dr. Anand is the fiery prophet of a chaotic present with a voice that resonates globally while remaining fiercely Indian. Now, this is your turn, Dr. Anand, to confer the fellowship and talk about Neelam. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Rupa. Going forward, I will request you to please show up the diploma. Okay.
Here is the diploma.
Yeah. So I was talking about people who have impacted the world and set an example for others to follow. Neelam Saxena falls in this category of change makers and visionary leaders who are not only meditators, but actors also. Literary Warriors Group is a powerful platform which affords a great opportunity to authors, poets, and artists to come aboard and display and discuss their works. Sometimes her energy and her power to impact make you speechless. The International Academy of Ethics takes pride in conferring the fellowship of the Academy on Neelam Saxena in recognition of her exemplary work in the field of literature and creation of a core of group of literary warriors who are much needed by our society. We believe her presence as a fellow of the Academy will inspire others to tread the right path, however hard it may be. A man has a tremendous power to do good. Every person has this power in him that he can do good. Only he needs to be convinced. He needs to be convinced. I think the present society is suspended between these two extremes, good and the need to be convinced. It is the job of the leaders of mankind, like all of us, like Neelam ji, the literary luminaries, what is their job? As we recognize, to convince the people that goodness, ethics, fair play, integrity, and honesty still matter and will continue to matter in the reorganization and transformation of the world, which is always an ongoing operation. So, with these words, we confer this honor on you, Neelam ji, and we congratulate you now as fellow of this again. And it is my pleasure and pride also to invite you to address the audience. Thank you very much.
Good
Neelam,
evening.
formally you're invited as the fellow IAE to make your first speech as the fellow IAE. Warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Rupa. Good evening, Dr. Anand, Maja, Basudeb da, Satbir ji, Kalpana ji, and everybody who would be watching us or is watching us. So, frankly speaking, I never realized that I'm doing something very great. I just started writing. I had been writing since I was a child, maybe in class sixth. That time, I remember one incident when I had written a poem and showed to my teacher for the school magazine. She read it and then she said, "You could not have written this." So, uh, of course, I knew that I had written it, but I decided not to confront her because I knew what I am. So, why should I bother about judgments? So, I took it as a compliment and decided that the poem must indeed be very nice, that she feels that I can't write. So, thus began my journey. Then, when I was in standard 8th, 9th, and 10th, I started publishing my poems in a local newspaper. I can't call it local, it was the largest publication in central India. So, they would be published not in the children's section, but in the main section. However, when I had to make a choice between writing and doing engineering, both of which were my passion. I took engineering, I chose engineering, and nobody forced me. So I chose engineering, and I was amazed at the potential of engineering at that moment. However, I continued my journey. I didn't publish anymore, but I continued to write. And somehow I developed an interest in many other things. Like I would do a lot of acting in a 3 hour drama. Then I would be participating in debates and elocution. There's a contest known as Orator of the Town. So in that, anybody of any age can participate, and we are given the theme only 5 minutes before. So I participated in that and I was the second winner. So I was enjoying many things while doing engineering, uh, and keenly observing life also and people also, how they behave, why they behave the way they do. And then at the age of 21, I started working. I had 5 or 6 very good jobs with me, but I chose to join Bhilai Steel Plant because it was very near to Nagpur, my birthplace, and I was very homesick. So I would love going back, rushing to my mother's arms. So I joined Bhilai Steel Plant. I continued to write, never showed to even my best friends that I write. I don't know whether I didn't have the confidence or I wondered whether they would understand what I am writing. I just don't know. Then I started telling my stories to my daughter when she was born. Of course, during mine is a love marriage. So I did write a poem for my now husband. And when he saw that, he knew it was for him that I had written and he immediately proposed. So poetry has very important. This is the first time I'm disclosing this openly. Thus started my married life. And when my daughter was born, I would tell her one story every day. And slowly she started demanding, like she would say, I want a story with these characters, or I want an adventure story today, or I want a mystery story today. And I would make up the story in 5 minutes and tell her. And then she would sleep off very peacefully. So in 2008, when I got posted in Lucknow, my husband used to be very busy. So I told him I'm getting bored. So he said, why don't you write those stories and send it to magazines? So I sent them to Nandan, Champak, Chanda Mama, Maya. These are children's magazines which are very famous in India. So we all grow up reading these magazines. So they got published. I was told the rejection rate is very high, but none of my stories were rejected. So I thought maybe I write well. Then I expanded my horizons further. I wrote for Women's Era. And in fact, was still hiding in a way because clearly remember one day somebody told me that your name alike has written a very powerful story in Women's Era. And I just smiled. I didn't say it was me. So then there was another contest by American Embassy in which Gulzar Sahab was the judge, and there are more than 600 entries. So I thought I don't stand a chance. We had to write a short poem in 25 words on social change. So I just wrote, and a call came that I've won the second prize. So I was again reluctant to go. Then my husband said, Ki, no, you won't get a chance like this. Please rush immediately. So he booked tickets for me and I went there. And there somehow I realized my potential. Then things kept happening. I kept getting certain awards, many awards. But I've always taken writing as a part of my journey because why do we write? I suppose many of us here are writers. Why do we write? We write for primarily our internal peace. We write because we feel that we should say whatever we feel like to the world. And I have always been very blunt about what I feel. And it often contradicts with what many people feel, and sometimes they are not able to say that. So like I've been a warrior. I still remember when in my college days there was a girl who was considered to be a gunda and nobody would dare answer her. She called me one day and she said, why did you do like this? So I said, she was a senior, and in our college, like we were not supposed to talk much to the seniors. But I looked in her eyes and said, Ki, look here, I'm not going to listen to you just because you feel that that is right. What is right remains a right. And this is what all of us feel. So please don't try to bully me. And she was so thinking what has happened, and somebody has answered her back, but she really didn't have courage to again call me. During my job, when when I started working, I was told that women can't work inside the plant. So I was going to be posted in some department, which I didn't like. I don't say that department was bad. I wanted a field job at that moment. So, I tried to talk to my training in charges that I don't want this kind of posting. They were helpless. So they thought ki they will convince me. I wasn't convinced. So what I did was I read the Factory Act, I read other things, and then I straight away went to general manager. So general manager used to be a big thing. So he wondered why I had come, and he of course called me and asked what brings you here. I said I want to work inside the plant, sir. So he said, you're a probationer and you've come to meet me? So I said, sir, because nobody else is listening, I've come to you. And if you don't listen, I'll go to the next level. So then he said, how can we post you? Girls can't be posted inside the plant. I told him the exact clause which permits women to work. And the next question was ki when class 4 employees can lift things on their head and walk inside the plant, why can't I do as an officer? So he just didn't know what to answer. And he said, okay, which department do you want? And I was posted there. So I was very silent. I never talked much, but I knew what I wanted. I've always known what I wanted, and I've always moved towards what I wanted. So, like even my mother used to say, "Ki you have an amazing clarity." So yes, that time I felt mummy saying something, but uh, uh, after crossing so many hurdles, now I realize that I indeed have an had a very fine clarity, and I knew where I was walking, what I was, why I was doing, and what I needed to do further. So, about Literary Warriors, well, this group was formed in 2011, and that time the name was Poets and Writers Den. That time we just wanted our college friends to be a part of it. So we used to write poetry, try the various forms, and we just included two people who were not from our college in that group. We were very happy to be there. We were just 11 or 12 of us. However, later, after 3 years, we felt that now we need some change. And I had some vision that I want to go further. So I let others also join our group. And we were never keen on number because number doesn't mean anything for me. It was the quality which I wanted. So in 2014, we opened it to others. And in 2019, at that time, I didn't realize what online presence meant. But in 2019, when COVID came and we were all having difficulties, I realized that everybody is becoming very pessimistic. And I feel for any situation, optimism is very necessary. Even if we have to face death, face it with a smile. So that was the time we decided to go online. And yes, like Rupa was talking a few moments ago, it became almost like a TV channel. There were times I remember when we would have 3,000 or 4,000 people viewing our shows. So we have a discipline. We start at the right time. Like if we say 9, it will start at 9. And it won't be even 1 minute past 9. So that is the kind of discipline my friends follow. So Literary Warriors was envisioned by me, but we are having a wonderful team now, whom I call my family members. So Rupa here and Satbir ji here is my family member. So together we are trying to create a society in which everybody has a space. Because normally, what I realized when I started writing was to go to a stage, you need a lot of people pushing you, or you need some post, or you need something. I felt why. That's why I dropped my designation subsequently, even from my Facebook and other social media profiles. So now I don't have my designation there. And I felt that even a writer from standard sixth, or even a person who may be 80 years but is just beginning to write, should get a stage. So that's what we collectively do. And we follow a very democratic process. We open the group, whosoever writes their name gets a chance. So that is ethical for me. And yes, we don't allow people who try to, bully, or who try to prove that they're better than everybody else. No, everybody is at a different stage of journey in writing. Somebody may have started 20 years ago, somebody is just starting. The two cannot be compared. So we just say, Ki, you are at a different stage. This person is at a different stage. But you both keep writing because the world needs writers. The world needs people who are able to speak their mind. The world needs people who have voice. The world needs people who can change. Because what we observe these days is people are just watching TV, watching mobile, watching reels. That's not life. That's not life. So we need more readers, we need more writers. And for readers, again, we need more writers. So bringing the reality in front of people, I feel is my job. And that's what I try to do even in my books and novels. And I take inspiration from nature, as Rupa has said, because nature is the most ethical. You can't see something more ethical, someone more ethical than nature. So, so true. If you respect, it will respect you. So, yes, I love nature, and my poems are mostly inspired by nature. My novels and stories are inspired more by social issues because as a writer, I can't see something going wrong. So I've written a lot about women. I've written a lot about so many. Like yesterday, I posted a photo of a fallen leaf, and somebody said, why does a fallen leaf or a fallen flower uh, interest you so much? So I kept thinking about it, and the conclusion I reached was, why should that fallen flower or fallen leaf not have my attention or anybody's attention? After all, it has led a good life. So it deserves full attention as much as a blooming flower deserves or a green leaf deserves. So this is my view. Today, I'm so honored to receive this fellowship. Thank you so much, Dr. Anand. Thank you, Rupa. And it is so much of a pleasure to meet Basudevda online. We've been in touch since last 10 years. He's read my books, and he's also written a very good article about one of my books. So it's a pleasure to see you and hope to meet you soon in Kolkata. Satbir ji has been a wonderful friend. See, for friendship, age gap doesn't matter. So she treats me with so much love. So we've been in touch and we've never lost the touch wherever I've been. So thank you, Satbir ji, for being here. And Kalpana ji, I'm going to take your invitation to come to Jodhpur and meet you someday. And Dr. Anand, we crossed each other's path, but we could not talk. So I hope to come to Chandigarh to meet you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Neelam, these are such wonderful words. And I have to say that I have been witness and I vouch that whatever she said is true. In the group of literary warriors group where I'm one of the proud warriors and also an admin, I must say that it is first come, first serve basis. There is no favoritism. There is no, I know you better, so I know you longer, or that I have been doing this for much longer time. So absolutely true. Ethics starts at home. Charity begins at home. So absolutely, Neelam, in every walk you do lead by example. And I think we need many more people who lead by example. Thank you so much for that. And I take this opportunity to invite Dada Basudeb, Dr. Basudeb Chakraborti, who is former professor English and a faculty dean, University of Kalyani, West Bengal, former world humanist scholar at Central University of Arkansas, obtaining master's degree in English from Calcutta. He left for another master's in English from University of Houston, Texas, followed by the doctorate on Thomas Hardy. He also did his MPhil in English from Nagpur, Maharashtra, and PGDTE from CFIL, Hyderabad. As former world humanist scholar at Central University of Arkansas, Dada conducted a workshop for English department faculty on the poetry of Tagore, lectured to writing and rhetoric classes on the problems of translation to the postgraduate students of the university. He published 8 books on various literary subjects, including his thesis on Hardy, and over 100 articles in literary journals globally. Today, Basudeb Dada will take a few minutes to speak on one of Neelam's very interesting novels, In the Flickering of an Eye, in detail. I'm going to show the cover, and Dada, welcome to you. Over to you. And kindly unmute yourself, Dada. Dada, unmute yourself and please speak.
I think he's not listening.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Please.
Dada, we don't hear you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, over to you. Welcome. And unmute yourself. You just muted yourself. You just muted yourself. Kindly unmute. Dr. Chakraborti, kindly unmute yourself.
Unmute. Mute.
Good. Again, it's muted. Unmute again, please. You need to unmute again. Yes, stay. Now you're good.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Dr. Anand.
Yeah. Please carry on.
Yeah. Dr. Anand, the chairperson of International Academy of Ethics. Dr. Maja, Herman Sekulic, Vice President of IAE. Erudite scholars like Kalpana ji and Rupa, and one of my most favorite writers, Neelam Saxena, all present on this virtual award-giving ceremony. Friends, I am immensely happy to be present in this award-giving ceremony. The Academy is pleased to honor Ms. Neelam Saxena with Academy Fellowship. Neelam Saxena Chandra has won several awards of different institutions of national and international repute, who has written in both in Hindi and in English. She writes poetry, novels, and different types of fictional writing. It is great to remember that Neelam Saxena was a successful pass out of London School of Economics with specialization in finance, a premium social science institution, not only in colonial India, but also after India's decolonization in 1947. London School of Economics is the apple of the eye of a brilliant student in India even today. At present, she holds a very high post, perhaps in Pune Metro Tube Rail System. I don't know exactly, I may be wrong. Dr. Anand said one thing about the ethics, with which I totally agree. Actually, every work that benefits mankind is involved directly or indirectly by a sense of ethics of the architect. I intend to devote myself to the study of one Neelam Saxena's novel, that is, In the Flickering of the Eye. The novel reveals the innermost reality of the novelist. The innermost reality of Neelam Saxena is her reformative zeal in the history of Indian novels in English. I do repeat, reformative zeal is involved. Reformative zeal can be conspicuous if there is a strong background of ethics. So Neelam, the award which is given to Neelam Saxena this evening, is related in a way with a deep sense of ethics. There is a very subtle line of difference between morality and ethics. I'm not going into that issue. Neelam Saxena, she is a very successful novelist. At least I've read one novel. And that particular novel made me feel that she would be a successful novelist, Indian novelist in English. If I think of the contemporary time, we will see there are many novels written by different authors, like Om Prakash Balmiki. He wrote an important, very important novel, Sultan. English translation, Leftover. But that belongs to Dalit theology. This is one of the characteristic features of all Dalit novels and other novels based on reforms in our country. Bama Faustina's Karakku. Bama's another novel, Shangita, delineate the religious persecution and oppression on Dalit by the upper class Hindu society. So this is a particular category of novels which is based on religious perspectives. Theological perspective. If I compare Neelam, I'll come to all this later on. If we think of Charles Dickens, let us think of Charles Dickens. He wrote a good number of novels. Like Dickens, Neelam aims at bringing about certain reforms in our present day India. Like Dickens, Neelam also aims at bringing about certain reform in our present day India. I'm not mentioning right now the nature of that reform. If we think of the novels of Dickens, we will see Dickens deals with the problems of orphans, and some related problems arising out of the 18th century industrial revolution in England. So if I think of the 18th century industrial revolution, there were many good things. Industrialization of England, but at the what cost? At the cost of the suffering of the southern part of England. In Hardy's novel, there's a reference. He wrote, Hardy is known as Wessex historian, as Arkenaran in his novel. There is one imaginary town, a Malgudi. There is no actual Malgudi day. There is no work practically, but it is a product of Hardy's or Arkenaran's imagination. But at the cost of the agriculture-based economy of the southern part of England, the north of England boomed in industry. And there are certain consequences. There are certain good things, definitely. We must accept that. Industrialization of the industrial revolution, we do welcome. But at the same time, we cannot ignore its darker sides. Before 18th century, 17th century witnessed the booming ship industry in England. And then in the 18th century, again, I am very short in saying all these things. Repealing of the Corn Law in 1815, but he revised sometime in 1846. The benefit of the Act in 1846 are very important. Historians like Hobsbawm, Trevelyan, David Thompson, all of them see great repeal of the Corn Law as a decisive shift towards the free trade in Britain. The Prime Minister Robert Peel, a conservative, achieved repeal with the support of the Whigs on the floor of the British Parliament. It created a lot of social problems, like child labor, child abuse, problems of slums, prostitution. There is one particular poem I have read long back. The name of the poem is Malia, written by Daniel Gabriel Rossetti. The name of the poem perhaps is Malina, a village, a rural girl from the southern part of England for money or just to repair her fortune, went to the north, and she had to select the profession of prostitution. This sentence reminds me Barner Short, Dr. Warren's profession. Dickens raised the voice against all these social ills in the novel, like David Copperfield, Hard Times, A Tale of Two Cities. No religious reference we find in Dickens. Why? Because of the European Renaissance during the time of Queen Elizabeth. I mean, immediately after the end of the medieval in Europe. And this Renaissance taught Europe to make a segregate, to make a line of bifurcation between the mundane and the spiritual. I can remember the year 1435. In the cathedral, there is a play written by T.S. Eliot, Murder in the Cathedral. Thomas Becket was assassinated. And the assassination of Thomas Becket makes it sure that religion will not interfere the mundane world. and vice versa. In Dickens's poverty, Dickens presents poverty and inequality. For example, Bleak House, a short critic of court system and social class. In Oliver Twist, we can see how Dickens delineates the plight. Children writhing in pain because of the exploitation, social class and snobbery, educational and social reform we find in Dickens. And finally, dehumanizing effects of industrialization in hard times. So religion is not found in any novel written in England after the industrialization and Victorian England. Religion played no role in the mundane affairs. But in our country, what happened? It is something different. I will come to Neelam afterward, after 5 minutes. After 5 minutes. Let me refer to Premchand, Godan, one of the epoch-making texts in the history of Indian novels in English. Premchand was a powerful critic of social issues prevalent in rural India in the early part of the 20th century. He showed exploitation of peasants by money lenders. It was not a phenomenon in the western part of our country. It is also present in the eastern part and northeastern part, even in the southern part of your country. The menacing effect of the role of the money lenders in an agriculture-based economy. One thing I tell you in this connection, if we look at the history, just let us refer to David Thompson. India made a step jump from feudalism to democracy. Even in our country, this Sunday I saw one Bengali newspaper. I saw the matrimonial alliance, the column on matrimonial alliance. See, we are modern, we are sophisticated, we are highly educated, we are moneyed, we have everything. We have cars, we have flats, we have number of flats, a good number of apartments. But at the time of marriage, what do? We see the almanac. We see the almanac and we make an advertisement accordingly. We don't want any Mangalik Patri or Mangalik Patra. What this means? Because religion comes into the mundane. So empathy for the marginalized rural community in Godan, Premchand Godan. Let us now compare Neelam in the flickering of an eye with the novelist, with other novelists. Neelam Saxena created an opiate of wonder. I like to use the word, this phrase, opiate wonder. Immediately after reading her book in the flickering of an eye. While I start, a glance over the history of Indian novels in English, particularly after Indian independence in 1947 shows three major novelists, Rajarao, Arkanarayan, Muluk-Raj Anand. Muluk-Raj Anand, two famous texts, fictional texts, Coolie, The Untouchable. So, in these two novels, show how the protagonists of these two novels suffer in their lives, in the menacing effect of Indian caste system, which is an indispensable part of an institutional religion. Therefore, religion is the basis of all this reform movement, even during the 19th century in Indian, so-called Indian Renaissance. There was a Renaissance, definitely, but Indian Renaissance cannot be compared with the Renaissance held that took place in Europe. Let me refer to communities, two sects, the Arya Samaj, the Anand Shami, Brahmo Samaj, Raja Rammo. Can't I think that Brahmo Samaj was based upon a particular religion which was an offshoot of Hinduism? They do believe in the Vedas. Arya Samaj, the same thing. Mohan Ramanand, Professor Mohan Ramanand of Central University of Hyderabad has written a very good book. And in the introduction, he has mentioned, the title of the book is 19th century non-fictional prose. In that introduction, he has, this is not my idea, it is the idea of Professor Raman, who was a professor in Hyderabad, Ramanand. So all these things are based on religion in a way or other. Neelam, in the flickering of an eye, and Premchand's Godan both raised social issues prevalent in Indian society, social and economic equality. These two novels show the indescribable suffering of India's marginalized community. Neelam's novel delineates the subject matter of love and social norms. I have read some of her poems only in the Facebook. And it appears to me that she is very much highly romantic. And most of the poems I have read are romantic poems. This novel, Flickering of an Eye, is an enchanting love affair of Bina and Manju, if I am not wrong. I read the names long back. I read the novel long back. Both of them belong to the same Gotro. Even in Bengali society, we cannot marry. I cannot marry a woman, belonging to my own Gotra. And then we have to, either I will convert my Gotra to my maternal uncle, or my wife would be convert herself into her maternal Gotra. And then we can marry. See, look at the politics of religion, politics in religion. Dr. Jernail, Anand, do you think this is ethical? No, not at all. But things like these constantly, even today, happen. in every step of our life. We consult almanac on every occasion. According to him, this is a Binayam, both of them belong to the same Gotra. According to Hindu religion, the pair of the same Gotra cannot marry each other. However, they are in love with each other. The Hindu society does not accept this marriage form. They elope from their village to New Delhi. But her brother, Manju's brother, Manu, detects them. Even there was a physical attempt on them by Manju's family in the name of honor killing. They elope from the village to New. Manu separates them. Binay then divorced himself in writing. Manu said, this way, they lived separately for perhaps 25 years. He had become an established writer. He meets a woman, Rohini. Binay and Rohini come close to each other. Binay discovers that Rohini maintains secretly her emotional attachment with her former beloved. They then return to their village. Both of them find those two who have vehemently opposed their union earlier have become old and physically resigned. They atone for their past blunder. They accept them happily. In this novel, Neelam protests this social evil related to marriage between a man and a woman belonging to the same Gotra. This novel is a protest against the social evil of honor killing. What the author, Neelam, what Neelam wants to message in this text is honor killing is barbarian and an uncivilized system in any civilized society. This type of social expectation is abhorrent, brutal, and detrimental to even overall growth of of society.
Thank you, Dada.
Yes, thank you all. It is over. Thank you all present here and for your patient hearing.
Thank you so much, Dada. We appreciate your time, your analysis, and the background you gave us about the Sagotra wedding being one of the many reasons for the brutality and the honor killings that go on. So thank you for going over the book by Neelam, In the Flickering of an Eye. We appreciate this immensely. Thank you, and you may go on mute now, sir. Dr. Kalpana Purohit, who's been waiting patiently, professor, retired professor and former dean, Faculty of Arts, Education and Social Sciences, Jain University, Jodhpur, is a prominent critic and a poet of versatile genius. She has invested her excellence as a chairperson, Department English, member syndicate, and director of Center for Women's Studies. Having bestowed her grace to the university for an extensive period of 3.5 decades, she stands as an icon of creative insights. She's an active researcher who's accredited with a plethora of publications in different areas. She has 14 books, 76 papers to her credit. Her interest in translation studies has marked an indelible impression in the regional literature of Rajasthan with her translated manuscript of Dharm Yudh, a drama by Sahitya Akademi. Her paramount excellence is richly invested in concern for humanity and spreading the message of peace and human values through her writings and fieldwork, workshops under the auspices of various academic and administrative bodies. An extensively traveled erudite, she has presented copiously at national and global rendezvous of seminars, conferences, home and abroad. She is recipient of many national and global international awards. She is a member of the editorial boards and reviewer in 11 journals. Her excellence knows no bounds, wherein she embarks an indelible impression on her 26 scholars who are pursuing academic flame with this beacon of light to enhance domains of literary exuberance. I invite you, Dr. Kalpana, over to you to share your insights and thoughts on this great event today happening, unfolding as we speak.
Thank you, Rupa, for such kind introduction. Am I audible?
Yeah. You are. Thank you.
Okay. So my warm greetings to everyone. I'll be very brief. I guess the paucity of time and, I am an early sleeper, as I told Dr. Anand, but on this auspicious occasion, I didn't want to miss the opportunity. So at the outset, let me express my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to Dr. Anand for inviting me to be part of this enlightening rendezvous and share the platform with such illuminaries. And Dr. Maja, I miss you, and to see you virtually, it's such a pleasure, but miss your warm hug. So I send my warmth to you from here. Basuda, thank you, my respect to you, and for such an enlightening and deliberation. Rupa Rao, a handshake of bonding to you. Hope we go a long way. And Satbir ma'am, warm regards to you. What a quiet but very impressive personality I can see in her. So I'd like to be very brief today because it's the day for Neelam Saxena today, So I begin with the lines I'm very fond of. On wings of peace, the souls must mount. When we are summoned from afar, ourselves and not our words will count. Not what we said, but what we are. What we are as human beings, and that's what counts. And thank you, Dr. Maja, for such a beautiful compliment you said, because, so this introduction, when I hear about myself, I feel I'm an iota of that atom in the universe. But if it comes from people like Dr. Maja that I'm a good human being, it's really worth it, and I'm overwhelmed with the compliment. So it gives me an immense pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to a distinguished lady for today's event, and that is Neelam Saxena Chandra. She's of course, celebrated author whose literary journey has inspired many across generations. When Dr. Anand passed me the biodata and the voluminous work when I went through, she came across to me as a prolific poet whose voice has woven a rich tapestry of language, emotion, and insights across the literary landscapes. A rare talent for weaving words into magic that touch the soul and awakens the deep emotions. Blessed with a lyrical, powerful, meaningful, and reflective pen, she is equally passionate about nurturing young minds. And she paints an imaginative, enchanting world for children. She has published, I came across children literature with joy, wisdom, and life lessons. So her stories not only entertain, but also instill values, curiosity, and love for reading in the hearts of many, especially the young minds. And I totally agree with when she was talking about her life journey. Mothers are very good storytellers. Mothers are very good storytellers. It's not grandmothers, but mothers I'm talking about. So her literary contribution fetched her, we can see, prestigious awards, and these accolades are testament to her unwavering dedication to her, this creative world. So today we feel honored to have you, Neelamji, amidst us, and to confer a token of respect upon you, a mark of celebration of your exceptional literary journey. My felicitations and congratulations at this glorious juncture. I believe in the power of words, and that can transform the society. I'm not dwelling on, I love to talk about poetry, but I'll make it very brief and short today. My joy, knows no bounds. I can accept unabashedly by accepting that your words, Neelamji, do not adorn the pages only, but linger in hearts, shaping the way we see ourselves and also each other. So they say that the pen is mightier than the swords, and the words possess that power to inspire the change. They are catalysts for social and political transformation and can serve as a timeless archives, preserving the essence of human experience across generations. And this brief, what I'm talking about, is just not an appreciation of your achievements, but I feel it's a celebration of your continual brilliance that we all know will inspire many in this journey. So indeed, your presence will make this academy, take us far, inspire, and enlighten us over the years. So thank you so much for being here, and we feel very proud of you being our family. Friends, writing can transform the world through ethics and, encourages readers to think deeply about the issues like injustice, human rights, empathy, greed, compassion, etc. The issues which normally society often ignores, especially nowadays in this world. And especially in the times of cutthroat competition and success-driven society, people often compromise over values for their, personal gains. And why should I say? I think not only sometimes, most of the time nowadays we see people have started compromising over values. So ethics reminds us that true success also includes honesty, empathy, and respect for others. Ethics promotes justice and tolerance. And in the world of grappling with the complexities of human experience, or engulfed by chaos, violence, unrest, conflict, the answer to all these is to promote ethical writing. Writings rooted in ethics denotes moral compass that helps to distinguish from wrong and guide behavior accordingly. These principles are not just theoretical constructs or philosophical ideas, which normally people have. If you start talking of ethics, people think, oh, we are talking of highly philosophical ethics. But no, they are not theoretical constructs or philosophical ideas. They are the cornerstones of civil life, shaping human behavior, decision making, and social interaction. So in today's world, technology, we see media and global crisis, often they blur the lines, lines between right and wrong. And talking about ethics help people to stay grounded and make fair and responsible choices. That is important. I feel ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. I repeat, it makes you know the difference, between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. So that is important. Ethics are imperative, across all fields because they maintain a moral fabric that holds the societies together. They provide a framework that balances power with responsibility, innovation with caution, and ambition with empathy. And this balance is very crucial, in a society. So in today's world, when we see where ethical grounding is more vital than ever, we have International Academy of Ethics. And it stands as a beacon of integrity and compassion. We have a towering pillar I'd like to refer who envisioned the structure, and he is none other Dr. Jernail Singh Anand. Thank you, Jernail Singh ji. I was talking to you that we all have been worried. We keep discussing, debating, but to realize our talks and debates into a certain reality, the dreams, transforming that dream into reality. I think I should thank you wholeheartedly that you could think of and standing as a pillar. You stand tall, sir, let me tell you. So, this academy is a visionary and it is dedicated to nurturing minds with a strong moral compass, empowering individuals to lead with an empathy and responsibility. This academy with host of torch bearers, I mean, the whole list keeps on adding every 10 days we see. And, they can promote ethical awareness and human values among youth, educators, and the wider community. So I feel indebted and humble, to be a fellow of this academy whose objective includes fostering critical thinking, cultivating a spirit of service, inspire generations to act with a purpose and conscience, and become a vital force in shaping more human and just society. So, friends, remember that human beings are the best creation of God, and with gratitude, we look up towards our Creator. So, this relationship actually is the state of being, I always say, that is related to ourself. And that self is caged with certain greed, violence, prejudices, etc. And I remember I'd like to quote Rumi here, the Sufi poet. He longed to escape from this prison, this cage of his ego, a cage of vices and prejudices. And he calls through his verse, very close to me, my heart, these lines, and I quote, "Come, come, let us appreciate each other, know the value of each other." And further, he says that a prophet has said, the believer is the mirror of the believer. Why are we turning our face from the mirror? Grudges, hates darken the humanity. Why don't we rip off and throw away them from our heart? I beseech upon from this platform to each one of you, let us all get together, join hands to build this world a beautiful place to live in. And once again, I thank Neelamji for becoming a member of our family. Dr. Maja, love and care. Dr. Anand, thank you is a very small word, but it, and I think it covers entire depth and, a strength to move a mountain. So, Rupa, you've been wonderful moderator. Love to be in touch with you. And if Basuda, thank you for your inspiring and enlightening deliberation. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience and your hearing. I wish you all good night from Jodhpur. Take care and God bless. Thank you. I wish I could speak, but next time I'll definitely make it on my, the area I love to talk about, how poetry and humanity we can,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, fellow IAE and humanist, Dr. Kalpana Purohit, who celebrated another co-humanist and fellow IAE Neelam today. Thank you so very much. And before I invite Satbir ji, I want to welcome Seema, who has joined us. And Satbir ji, dear, loving,
Rupa.
warm, welcoming friend of everyone. Seema, sorry, I think I missed you.
No. I said thank you.
You're most welcome.
Sorry to intervene again. Seema, hi and
Hello.
lots of love to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kalpana ji. And I'm so sorry I couldn't join in time. I was a bit late due to some compulsion, but I enjoyed listening to Dr. Kalpana. And I was also able to listen to other speakers in bits and snatches. So thank you so much. It has been wonderful.
So I welcome Satbir ji, who is the author of the highly acclaimed book For God Loves Foolish People, for which she was awarded the Rural International Prize. Her second novel is Betrayed, Tale of a Rogue Surgeon, a medical thriller. She's been published in over 40 national and international anthologies, including Q, which is published by Pangasinan Historical and Cultural Commission, PHCC, Philippines, and Vibrant Voices by Sahitya Academy, Delhi, containing poetry and short stories. She has 4 solo poetry collections to her credit: Breeze, Glass Doors, Last Lamp, and the latest, I Want to Go to Haldwani, and Other Poems. Her last book is the novel Hills and Lakes, published last month. She was awarded the Litpreneur Award by Author Press for her contribution to literature. She is also the founder of the Nissim International Prize for Literature, awarded every year to upcoming writers of English poetry and prose. She lives in Delhi with her sons and grandchildren. A very loving, sweet human being. Satbir ji, a very warm welcome to you today, and over to you. You may need to unmute yourself, Satbir ji. Kindly unmute.
Thank you so much, Rupa. I've been enjoying hearing everybody talking of the backgrounds, history, literatures, so much else. And Neelam is the true hero today, of course. I mean, she's such a close friend. Anyway, I thank you all, Dr. Anand, and all fellows of the Academy of Ethics, for inviting me today to be here for this felicitation ceremony and the endowment ceremony of Neelam Saxena. She deserves all these honors and many more. And it's really pertinent that the Academy of Ethics, Neelam, I know, even if a thought occurs to her which she feels is not ethical, she will push it aside. That's how deeply I understand her, without the words to say it. In her literature, I've read her novels, I've read her short stories, poetry. No protagonist will be found winning the game by an unethical way. So ethics is a profound part of her nature, her culture, her character, her dignity. That's why she's so loved by everybody. So actually, I met Neelam in 2016, and I basically started writing only in 2014. My first book came out then. In 2016, and she was a super achiever already. Even in the field of literature, in her professional other career, of course, she's a super achiever anyway. And we were drawn to each other because of her humble and loving nature and our common love for nature. That's really important, you know. Those times, I mean, what I'm talking is far from the high literary descriptions you all have been sharing. I'm just sharing how our friendship developed. And so we used to be meeting for poetry meets at each other's homes that time. Venues were not common. And we used to go on and, you know, hours and hours of sharing verses, poetry endlessly. And I remember at the meet which she held at her house while she was in Delhi, she delighted us all with special tiaras, which she adorned on our heads because we were her visiting poets. So that's the sort of respect and love she has for poets and poetry, which I don't think many of you knew, but she's beautiful that way. She made delightful snacks and she served them herself, and the fun lasted till late with an hour of dancing and singing. And our youngest poet that day was barely out of school, and the oldest, of course, was maybe 75. But it was fun. I mean, to say that she is as much fun as she is serious. There is a fire in her. The fire to fight injustice, discrimination, exploitation, misogyny, patriarchy, and polarity. She writes on all this and fearlessly points her finger at the perpetrators. She questions them and their intentions, showing them the mirror. That's her work. That's what it's all about. Today, she has created a whole community of writers across the globe, sharing her plot with whom she shares her platform generously. No questions asked. Starting with COVID times, when she was pulling us out of our gloom, pushing, persuading, and encouraging us to write, write, and write. Scores of people who never written a line are today decorated authors, all because of her. She's encouraged them, motivated them to where they are. I also admire her discipline and diligence, and she's as hard on herself as she is to others associated with her, where discipline is concerned, where diligence is concerned. There's an interesting episode. I mean, it's stuck to me. I can never forget it. There was a poetry meet at my house, and she read a poem about the sexual exploitation of women. And she felt so passionately about it that she had tears in her eyes, and her voice croaked with emotion as she read. And I was jolted. I'd never seen a poet reading with so much fervor. And that means she's so genuine, and integrity is there with what she says and what she means. Then the second time we met we had this meeting in Mumbai. Neelam, what fun it was. I think we got together at 11 in the morning, and till 7:30 in the evening, we were not ready. All the Bombay friends, poets were together, and we indulge in poetry, love, masala chai, rounds and rounds of masala chai, hugs, more poetry, more love, till sunset and past. And then she went home, an hour's drive away from where we were, and still joined in the 9 p.m. Sunday meet on the Neelam Saxena platform. So that's the metal she's made of. And we love you, Neelam. I love you especially a lot. You know that. And my congratulations to you. You deserve all this honor and many, many more. I'm so glad Dr. Anand, especially, he's one of the poets from whom I started learning when I started writing poetry. I used to buy his books and read from them about poetry, whatever, that's past. But he was a guiding light. And I'm so glad he's conferring this fellowship of this huge academy on you. And I'm so happy for you, Neelam. I hope you were nearer. I would have given you a warm hug. God bless you. God bless you all who have joined us today. Dr. Anand, you too. Guruji be with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear Satbir ji. Your warm hugs are being felt by Neelam and all of us who you are, I hope, hugging as well. So thank you so much for your warm, loving
Rupa,
words,
your
Neelam.
hug too. I can come to the US to hug you.
Thank you so very much. Love you too. And dear Seema Jain, unfortunately, you couldn't join us earlier, but we are so delighted you're here finally. And you are a bilingual poet, short story writer, translator, editor, critic, and ex-head Department of English, KMB Jalandhar. You are a recipient of many prestigious awards. You have 17 published books, 5 collections of English and Hindi poems, 2 edited books of research articles, 4 books of translated poems, 2 translated novels, 3 edited poetry anthologies, 1 each for Sahitya Academy. Your poems are globally published in about 150 anthologies. You've been a guest speaker, poet at JLF, Sahitya Academy, SAARC countries, Litfest, Pozwal, and you are Associate Director, IAE, inviting you, Seema, to share your insights. Last but not the least, a very important presence today in the event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rupa.
I was missing you, Seema.
Yeah, but I'm happy that I was in time to listen to you, Satbir. And first of all, I begin by apologizing to everyone that I couldn't make it in time due to some pressing compulsions at my end. But I would say that in spite of the compulsions, my heart was with all of you. And I logged in for some time and I was able to listen to the first speaker, Neelam ji. And I was able to listen to most of her presentation, her speech, and then partly Dr. Basudeb Chakraborti, I was able to hear. Then Dr. Kalpana Purohit and Satbir ji, of course, I could hear fully. So, with this, I would like to congratulate congratulate Neelam Saxena Chandra for the award of fellowship of International Academy of Ethics. I think it's a great day today that a person like Neelam ji has joined the ranks and file of the International Academy of Ethics and as a fellow. And she is an asset, and I have known her for quite some time. And I was listening to what Satbir ji was saying about her, and I couldn't agree more with what she has said about Neelam, because I have personally experienced the warmth, the diligence, and the excellence that she represents in all that she does, not only professionally but also in her literary journey as a writer and as a wonderful, coordinator of the Literary Warriors group, as I have seen. And what strikes me most about her way of functioning is that the respect that she gives to each and every member of the Literary Warriors group, whether it is somebody who has just started writing or somebody who is a veteran writer, they all deserve equal love and respect from her. That is something amazing. And I think that is why everybody loves her so much. She is really an iconic figure, a very loved person by all who are connected with her and associated with her. I have had the opportunity of meeting her and interacting with her on many occasions, and I'm very happy that she has been conferred with this fellowship today. So, congratulations, Neelam Saxena Chandraji, for being a fellow of the International Academy of Ethics. And also, I would thank Dr. Basudev Chakraborti for his perceptive and critical analysis of one of the novels by Neelam Saxena. That was something really worthwhile. I could hear that partially, but I'm sure with the kind of expertise and the critical acumen that he has, it must have been wonderful to listen to him. Then Dr. Kalpana Purohit, who is already a fellow of the IAE, and of course Satbir ji, with whom I share a very special bond because I really radiate. She radiates warmth. Every part of her being radiates warmth, and whenever I have had the opportunity of meeting her, being in Delhi, I have been fortunate enough to bask in that warmth and love that she bestows. So, listening to each one of you has been a feast. And of course, Dr. Maja Herman Sekulic and Dr. Anand deserve kudos for organizing this meet and for the commendable decision of awarding this fellowship to Neelam Saxena. So I thank them, And of course, my thanks are also due to all the wonderful speakers today, Neelam, then Dr. Basudeb, Satbir ji, Dr. Kalpana Purohit, and of course to Rupa Rao for being such a wonderful and excellent moderator, which she always delights with her moderation, and she adds life and charm to any program. And of course, Dr. Swati Basu, who is the moderator for the IA meets. Is she there today?
She's not here today,
She's
Seema.
not here today. But anyway, I think she must have contributed in some way or the other in organizing this meet. So, in absentia, my thanks go to her also. So, it's a great day today, once again, I would like to say. And is Neelam here or she has left?
Neelam
I
is very
can.
much here.
Yeah, she's very much there. I can't see her though, due to the view on my screen.
How can I
I'm
leave
not able.
without listening
Yeah.
to you? How
Okay,
can I
okay.
leave without listening to you?
Yeah, Neelam, it's a pleasure listening to you. Though I had not formally joined, but for some time I joined and I was able to listen to most part of your speech. And when you shared about your journey, how you started writing, and especially that part when you said that you started telling stories to your children, and then you thought of getting them published with Champak and Nandan and other children books. So that was wonderful. And of course, I know that you are a prolific writer and an excellent administrator for your Literary Warriors group. And I remember once I asked her that you have such a heavy and demanding professional career. So, how were you able to accomplish so much as part of your literary achievements? How are you able to do so much work? And the answer that she gave me, it stayed with me forever. She said, I don't watch TV and I make use of all my time constructively and creatively. So that's a lot to say. And I think that is the secret behind her wonderful accomplishments. So, congratulations once again, Neelam, and thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Seema. We appreciate your being here and your sharing your insights. And of course, a wonderful humanist, Neelam, a very well deserved fellowship from IAE, a wonderful organization founded by Dr. Anand, who I invite the president for his last words for the event and to thank and acknowledge you all. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Anand.
Thank you, Rupa. Before I say anything, there is only one person who remains to be formally introduced. And we know all in one Rupa. And Rupa Rao holds an MBA and a law degree. After a hectic corporate career across India and USA, she indulges in writing, nature walks, yoga, and spiritually meaningful pursuits. She is an admin at Literary Warriors Group and chief coordinator for International Academy of Ethics. Her writings feature in global anthologies, magazines, and literary platforms. She moderates poetry sessions, hosts author chats online. She constantly seeks to nurture her soul. She has curated, edited, co authored 7 poetry anthologies, 1 prose, and edited a novella plus a poetry collection, solo works, book reviews, and a biography await to be tackled next. So, Rupa, you are also welcome to this show.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you
Dr.
very
Anand.
much. And we have listened to everyone, and our associate director has thanked everyone related to the event today. And I would like to say a few words. One thing is that what we call greatness, it is not what we have, it is what we give away. That tells us that we are great or not. Secondly, we when we are moving ahead in life, we have 2 options. One is success, after which the entire people are, every educationalist, they are after success. And the real issue that has been left behind is humanity humanism, being human. We do not bother about that. It is unfortunate that the civilization has been taken forward by science, technology, and commerce and business world. These are the really bulwarks of change, transformation. All the facilities that we are getting are because of that. But in these fields, what we miss is the sport of philosophy, literature, and we are reducing it as we are going ahead. This is the tragedy of our modern age because the focus is on material accomplishments. I would like to quote from Oliver Goldsmith's very, very famous poem. Everybody who loves literature has read it. It is The Deserted Village, which he wrote about after, which shows the impact of industrial revolution when people were leaving the villages, going to the cities as labor. They were selling their holdings. So in that poem, he writes, he begins, I think, with these lines. He says, "Ill fares the land, ill fares the land," means he, something ominous is going to happen to that country. Ill fares the land, to hastening ills a prey, and it is going to fall a prey to more ills. So I read again, ill fares the land, to hastening ills a prey. It is going to fall a prey to more evils where wealth accumulates. This is
Yeah.
what we are, where wealth accumulates and men decay. People are decaying as human beings. So we have to arrest that, downward slide. It is said, I read somewhere that if the going is easy, if you don't feel sweated, or if you don't have any problem when you're going, then see yourself, are you going upward or you are going downward? If the going is easy, you may be going downhill. So in ninth standard, I read one poem. I remember only one or two lines. It was, "Do not pray for easy lives." No, we were talking about easy life. Do not pray for easy lives. Do not pray for tasks equal to your powers. Generally, we say, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. Do not pray for tasks equal to your powers, but pray for powers equal to your tasks. With these words, I thank everyone for coming. Neelam ji for accepting so gracefully our honor. So nice of you, Rupa. So nice of you, Dr. Basudeb Chakraborti, Maja, Herman, Sekulic, our Vice President, Satbir ji, Dr. Kalpana, Purohit, everyone who joined us, Seema ji, I know she was in a very family, she had some problems. And Swati, she could not join us today. To all of you, I am thankful to you on behalf of our. So I am going to close it. Just wait.